Welcome to the Edge. Some news breaking things. There's always things breaking for news, right? Announcement is, not sure how accurate this is going to be. China is talking about selling off $1 trillion of our debt. And when they do, they'll sell it for pennies on the dollar. So 25% of our total debt, roughly, our total debt is around $5 trillion. $1 trillion is about 20% of that. It's a big drop. And when that happens, that means everything we have drops by a certain percentage. And if 20% is the factor, what's 20% mean on a dollar? If your dollar goes from $1 to buying, let's say, a Starbucks coffee, it'll now cost you about $1.60. It jumps about 60%. It'll jump a significant percentage. They'll have to do that because all the things they buy to put into the coffee will cost more. The dollar buys less, everything costs more. If you go to the meat shop and there's pork chops you want to buy, pork chops which we're selling for $3, $4 a pound, now will cost probably 60% more. It'll cost almost $5 overnight from to this afternoon to tomorrow morning when you shop. Whatever the product is, it depends on coming from China or outside of the United States, all those costs are going to jump because the dollar that you're spending in the store will buy a significant amount less, no matter what it is you have. Then that'll all ratchet into the entire economy, and inflation will be on its way. The Fed decided today to not lower the interest rates again. They're virtually at zero right now. They were talking about going below zero with the interest rate, which would have made your dollar buy even less if they'd done that. So, are you going to buy that house now? Are you going to risk your money to invest in a country the dollar's falling apart? And the Chinese know this is going to happen. And this has always been the big threat, inflation. And how do you get inflation under control? There's a number of ways to do that. But when you've got a country selling off your debt, all your corn, all your beans, all those things that they're going to buy, it's going to cost them 20% less. They buy it cheaper, and what you buy in return costs 80% more possibly, depending on how it's priced. So we're going to have an overnight shift in importance in the world. And all the countries outside of us now will see the dollar as a weakened thing. And this president has done this to us. He made a trade war with China. Now this is their final card that they're playing. The Trump of the Trump. That's what you've got here, folks. The Trump of the Trump by the Chinese. And all the bad things he can say about them mean nothing because he set this up. And economic, wonderful economy he tries to take credit for, which was really the Obama economy. You can say it was Trump's economy, but he walked into a good economy and made it a little bit better, seemingly so, but that's arguable. Nonetheless, it's definitely, with this sell-off of our debt and antagonizing a major country like China, the biggest producer of everything, makes us a bigger debt nation than we ever were before. This is where we are, folks, a debtor nation looking at a monster country called China, with all the advantages of high productions, high everything, high intelligence, high education, all the things we do not have in the midst of a coronavirus. And at the same time, we're killing people on the street with our police kneeling on the necks of people. What an embarrassment to the world we are. What an embarrassment. So it's a sad thing for America. And now this is some of the outcome that's going to hit us directly. So if you believed in the economy of Trump, you will find out tomorrow if the Chinese do this ball game is coming to a rapid end. People who are in the market are going to trade and they're going to make money off the market. But the general economy will fall apart. The gas prices will jump. All the things we depend on buying it with a good dollar, the dollar now is very, very weak and going to get weaker. Because when it goes in this direction, in any regard, it goes in this direction in general. So this is a frightening time, folks. I hate to tell you this, but It's called Grow Up Time. Wake up, America. We're in the middle of a questionable opening of after the coronavirus. I don't know. If that suddenly gets spiked and people become ill, and the prediction now is by Fauci and those people that there's going to be 100,000 dead by September, new dead, over the 100,000 or so we have already. So this ball game is being played, and the Chinese are selling off our debt. They have got the biggest share of our debt of any country, and that makes us totally in their hands, and they have that. And anybody who's got that power is totally at the mercy of. So we're not in control, and nothing that Mr. Trump says is believable. So when he tells you we're in control, he's lying in the worst way. Andrew Cuomo made the case, a commendable case, and asks the question, why do you continue to make stories up about things that are not fact? And it's just ridiculous. And this is what has happened. And when you have a friend, or someone you think is a friend, who lies this way, and then you discover he's betrayed you, the anger of people is going to be very, very big. So I will say nothing more of that. I want to thank you for tolerating my opinion here, but it's not going to be just my opinion, I warn you. Have a good night. Welcome to The Edge. Please subscribe, and let us know what you think. If you disagree, whatever you want to say, we're fine with that. I won't call you an Antifa or anything else. Appreciate that. Oh, and by the way, how much is an electric car? The Chinese have a big one. I think it's called a Neo or something like that. And they also have a new truck coming out under Nikola, I think it's called, under a company.
That's American.
Pardon? That's American?
Yeah, it's American.
It's owned by the Chinese, so they're backing it.
Yeah, they probably are backing it. Yep.
Right. So the Chinese are getting hold of things. They got our debt under their control and our dollar under their control. Now they're going to get our car market. They're going to knock out. I think they're going to not knock out Tesla. I think that's their goal. They're going to get him displaced where he can only drive his prices down and break in financially. He has to get the dollar. And his cars have to get the dollar. And when he can't, his prices are going to get too high, and his product's not going to sell. And who's that going to go to? To China. But China is the winner, and they're playing the trump cards one after the other, and it's just this is yesterday and today, and today the ball game is over. Again, thank you very much. See you next time.